One of the things that stood out to me from when the schedule comes out is the national television games. And I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think it is good that the NBA is featuring LeBron James and Steph Curry despite their teams not being elite level teams, that they are the two teams that are featured the most on national television? Do you just milk this? You know this is where your bread is buttered. You know this is who people want to watch. And so as long as those guys are around, keep putting them on TV because that's going to draw the viewers and that's what people want to see. Or do you think that that at some point the NBA's got to start to pivot to promoting a younger generation of stars so that when these guys walk away, it's not like, well, you haven't told us to care about these other guys forever.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that maybe it should be bumped down. They're two of the four teams with over 30 national TV games. And if they were in like the 23 to 30 range instead of 31 plus, that would make more sense to me. But at the same time, I still think those teams belong on national TV a lot because not only do they have LeBron James and Stephen Curry, and those are still two extraordinary players coming off an amazing gold medal run. Those teams could be competitive. It's not like they're necessarily going to suck. It's not like we're projecting them to be 30-win teams. They're still going to be competing for the playoffs and teams that are actually going for it and maybe have a chance to win 48, 49, 50 games. Who really knows? Like, I think for the Lakers, what if JJ Redick is really good right away as a head coach? What if he gets more out of that team than Darvin Ham ever did? What if LeBron and AD continue playing at the same level that they did last season? What if on the Warriors side of things, Pods takes a leap? What if he gets better? What if Kuminga carries what he did midway through last year? What if the Warriors are really, really good? So I think it makes sense for those two franchises to have a lot of games, but maybe bump it down by 5 or so for each of them with the uncertainty with them not being favorites and the fact that you could still feature some of the younger guys that deserve to have a platform to be featured on national TV.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a chicken or the egg thing, right? Like these guys need to become stars and then the NBA will really jump behind it, after they kind of do it organically. Like they're not pushing it on to people. And I think it's pretty relevant that now, even at this advanced age, now obviously we just got to watch these guys play throughout the summer, but that didn't dictate this. What it tells us is there's Curry, there's LeBron, and there's everybody else, truly, in the league.
And then Celtics and Knicks have a ton of national TV games as well. They are the other two of 4 teams with over 30.
And one of them won the title, and one of them's in the number one media market in the country, and is a great team, right?
And exactly. It made improvements this offseason, too. So, I mean, I think if you're looking at the teams that have over 20, the Spurs, they're the team that they're really forcing early. This team might not be great early, but they have Victor Wembanyama, who could be better, even better in his second year, and should be way better in his second year. And they added veterans to support the team where you're hoping that it's not blowouts with them. And I don't think it will be, because with Victor Wembanyama, after he was moved to center last year, they played pretty close to even when he was on the floor. So they should be better this year. They should be competitive on a night in, night out basis. And I think the NBA made the right bet with them. And I'm happy with...
People want to see him.
I know. He's amazing. He's incredible.
You shouldn't have to have League Pass to see Wemby.
I agree. I mean, I think the NBA made the right move there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say they put the Thunder on a bunch too, the Timberwolves on a bunch. I'm almost a little surprised they put the Clippers on as much as they did after losing Paul George.
That is insane. Who gives a crap about the Clippers? I'm sorry.
That's the one that surprised me most, honestly. The Clippers.
Is it just because of their new arena?
I don't know.
Seriously. Who cares?
I know, with the amount of games. Is anybody
excited that their game is on? Have I ever seeked out a Clipper game?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's not like they shouldn't. I think they should have over more than half that. Like, I think they should be in the top half of the league in national TV games, but I think it should be, again, subtracted by 5. And then you sprinkle some more towards the Magic and the Pacers and the Kings and the Pelicans and some of these teams. The Rockets have a young, fun roster, a fun style of play. To me, that's the type of team that if they're on national TV more often than they are, that they could be, one of those fan favorites when they tune in.
Really weird, because you mentioned the Rockets. The Rockets, Orlando, SAC, these teams, some of these teams that you mentioned, they got almost double the national TV games as those teams.
And they have fun. Those are fun teams too. Like they play
Sacramento
a fun brand of basketball.
DeRozan.
Yes, the Kings play fast and fun and exciting. They have like a player in Sabonis, the son of an NBA legend, a basketball legend, where the national TV story for nostalgic fans is there. Easy.
Fox is great.
Exactly. Fox
DeRozan's
is awesome to
been
watch.
like one of the best scorers in the NBA for 15 years.
And he's a throwback style player with his mid-range. I just think like the Kings should have more. The Rockets should have more.
Orlando was like a top 5 seed.
They should be putting Banchero out there, Franz Wagner out there as these like two attractive 6'9", fun to watch players at the forward position, skill with size. Like I wish those teams got more. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have too much of an issue with any of their choices aside from those aforementioned teams. Like I think the Grizzlies have the right amount, maybe should have a couple more with Ja back, with how good they could be.
Whose number's gone precipitously down in the last 4 years is New Orleans. Because they were at the beginning, they were into the Zion show. And I guess it's just burned way too many times.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There's only so many times they could put him on national TV and then it not pan out where they didn't get, because Zion's a draw. People tune in and they're like, okay, I don't really care about watching Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, and Trey Murphy. Like,
really? You don't tune in for Trey Murphy? I do. I love watching.
Look, Zion's the guy.
I know he is.
And I hope he can regain it, because he is. I was talking to one of my buddies in terms of we were discussing like when the schedule comes out, like a ticket draft that he does. And I was like, man, I still like, of the guys to see in person, like that I marvel at, Zion's still one of those guys. Like if he plays in the game, Wemby's for sure on that list. And I'm talking about beyond the legends like the Currys and the LeBrons. But of the young guys in the league, seeing Zion in person, seeing Wembanyama in person, like I still put those guys way up the list in terms of if I were trying to go see a game and see a player in person, those would be certainly on my list still.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope he can get it back. I hope one of these times he can just become the all-NBA player he should be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be easier for him if he could stay healthy and they got Ingram out of the way. KD bar the door. I mean, I do think he could have a big, big, big season. With the ball in his hands a lot more. The teams that got basically the lowest were Detroit, Portland, Toronto.
No surprise.
But I don't view Detroit like I do Portland and Toronto.
Yeah, but they don't belong in the higher tier.
No. But I'm saying, geez. Brooklyn, I don't know how they got on TV 5 times. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, how many of those are NBA TV, national TV games, though?
I don't know.
I mean, those count, but they don't really count the same way.
But I mean, national TV is certainly the way to get yourself in front of the biggest audience and make a name for yourself. And
they got 4 NBA TV games and 1 TNT against the Knicks.
Okay. Oh, the Mikal Bridges return. I know everybody's just going crazy for that one.
Oh, yeah, that is the return, actually. That is the return, yeah. It'll be a
Mikal Bridges returns to Brooklyn. Like, who cares?
It'll be a crowd full of Knicks fans.
I know. Oh, can you imagine how much animosity he's going to face?
But that's a good game to put on national TV, though. If you're looking for a Tuesday, that's a Tuesday night, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern game.
Yeah,
the Knicks smashing the tanking Nets. That'll be fun.
I guess so.
Yeah.
What do you make of Atlanta, who's been, like, it feels like the Trae Young buzz has gone down significantly over the last couple of years as well.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for Trae Young.
They're
feel
only on
bad for
national
Trae Young.
TV 8 times.
Yeah, I feel bad for Trae. He's improved on some of his flaws that I've long criticized him for years. He played better defense last year than he ever has in his entire career. Better effort. He's willing to embrace Quinn Snyder's offense. He's still not moving at the level off ball that I believe he can. But he does more than he did in the past. And Trae's improved as a player as he's entered his prime here. He's 25 years old right now. He'll be 26 next season. And yet the team has just fallen apart around him. It is degraded. Yeah. And you just hope that the silver linings with them, Jalen Johnson, who has made tremendous progress, you hope he's able to continue ascending. You hope Zachary Risachet is able to be good right away. You hope, Clint Capella can tap into what he's been in the past. You hope Okongwu can continue getting better, who, by the way, started shooting more jumpers last season. And you hope that the Hawks are a team that midway through, you look at them and you'll be like, yeah, we should have had more national TV games. But ultimately,
I just think they should, because there are very few players that evoke emotion like him. Like, people truly hate him.
Let me finish my point. I think they should have more for the reasons you're stated, but I think the NBA is just thinking this team, even if all those things work out, they're still nowhere close to some of the other top teams in the Eastern Conference. Their ceiling is like 7 seed. That's their ceiling.
I got it, but I'm looking at it as an entertainment product, not rewarding the good teams.
I agree with you. I agree with you. They should have a tick more. They should, and that's why I think that's where it all comes. Guy. That's where it all comes from. The Lakers and Warriors, if they had 3 or 4 or 5 less, if the Clippers had 6 or 7 less, and then you sprinkled those to Memphis a little bit, Kings a little bit, you get the Hawks a little bit, Magic a little bit. To me, that would make a lot more sense rather than having it so top heavy.
Yeah. And get rid of all the Clippers. Disperse their 21 to other teams. Let them be on TV like 6 times. I'd rather watch the Hornets. I would.
Come on. Would you really?
For sure, with their announcer. So I guess it's better than not
national TV.
National TV.
Yeah,
I know. But
Hornets are fun. I mean,
LaMelo is way more fun to watch than anybody on the Clippers.
And I love.
And I'm not trying to turn
Miller.
this into a bag fest on the Clippers, but honestly, who cares about them?